talking about the name Venom and Venom Inc. Why you decided to change the name?
Oh, God. Well, do you know that? Oh, again, I've said this before. I think it was 2005. It was after the resurrection thing and everything. That was basically the year that I lost my mother. She had a massive stroke, and we found out that she had cancer as a result of having a stroke.
Sorry to hear that.
I mean, she fought it all year, and she eventually passed away in my arms on December the 17th, 2005. But during the course of all that, I got a phone call from Conrad, and during the course of that conversation, which was about 2 hours on the phone, he said, "Are you okay with me continuing the name Venom?" And at that point in time, I didn't give a fuck if it was called Venom or dog shit. Everything. I was just concentrating on my mom. I was like, I don't give a fuck, mate. I said, I really don't fucking care. So anyway, I said another few things about it, but it was just a verbal agreement. There's nothing written. There's no signed anything. There's not a fucking thing. But the thing is, he's been going out as Venom for years now, and I mean, I know it's fucking hell. It was like the first thing I seen was like a little bit that they did in fucking Trillions where they jumped up, and it was like, Mike was already there. Mike Hickey was already in the fucking country, so it was already planned. All this, they were just waiting for me to say yes. In hindsight, if I had said no, it would never have fucking happened for him. He would have had to call it Kronos or fucking whatever else it was going to be called. He didn't ask Abaddon at all, because Abaddon would have said fucking no straight away. And he's already said that. But my head was just fucked at that point, and I was like, I don't give a fucking Venom. What the hell? I don't give a fuck about it, But probably the other reason that he asked me was because at the end of the day, like it or not, pure fact, I'm the founder member. And Conrad was the last person to join at my invitation. So, if you're going to ask someone, well, ask the founder, And there is an interview with Conrad somewhere, and I can't remember where it was. And I'm sure it was done around the resurrection period, where he actually does say Venom was always Jeff's band.
That's good. That's good.
When I fucking read that, I mean, this is going back years now. I mean, since then, he's changed fucking history on the fucking Venom website. We don't fucking exist anymore, according to the fucking Venom, the biography there. And that thing fucking changed week to week as well, That's why I got asked to do the book, And I was always like, oh, no, I'm fucking doing that, man, But, and then the more I read and the more I seen, I was like, for fuck's sake. What planet did this happen on? It's like constant justification of like me. It was me that did that, me that did. No, it fucking wasn't. Just, your place in fucking musical history is secure, as is mine, as is Abaddon's. We were all in this fucking one. Yeah, I wrote the early fucking material, but we're all, fucking blah, blah, blah. I've said it a million times, I get sick of the sound of my own fucking voice sometimes. But then when it came around to the Venom thing, I mean, I scoured for, every Venom song. Oh, call it Die Hard. No, there's a band called Die Hard. Call it Bloodlust. There's a band called Bloodlust.
I've just interviewed Bloodlust last week.
No, I thought, fuck shit. Every fucking Venom song title was taken by a fucking band. I was like, oh, right.
That's how influenced you are with people, Jeff.
Yeah, well, it's flattering anyway. But eventually I came up with Iron and Steel, which was from Die Hard.
Sounds a bit Man of War, that, man.
Oh, yeah, I know when you think about it. But it was like, because it was like Die Hard, Legions, Iron and Steel, that was the lyric. So anyway, I designed this logo and everything, iron and steel with the shields and all this kind of stuff, you know. And then it was the promoters and the fans who went, actually, it's more Venom than fucking Venom. And that, I've seen that in print once, or once or twice actually. You know, more Venom than Venom. I was like, oh fucking hell, there's a fucking cat amongst the pigeons if ever there was one, you know. But then, you know, I'm sure it was Tony that said about the Venom Incorporated, you know, so it's like all of it together type of thing, and everything we do, Venom Inc. So it was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then obviously we got the fucking, you can't do this, and the fucking, it was like, so I fucking fired back, and, you know, within a couple of fucking letters, it was done and dusted. It was like, give her the fucking proof, you know. I mean, if you look on those fucking early Venom albums, I mean, everything says basically, especially Welcome to Hell and Black Metal, you know, the two which people always go back to, regardless of what people say. They go back to those two albums, and it's like everything by Venom, not by you or me or him. Venom. Artwork by Venom.
Yeah,
you know,
team effort.
Songs, Land Don't Break. Yeah, team effort, but if you've got a fucking, you know, if you've got a 3-wheel car, you've got one wonky fucking wheel on it, you know. It's like, and it's, you know, that even the songwriting was 3 ways, which was completely fucking bollocks. It wasn't. It really fucking wasn't. And the point proven after Black Metal, where me and Conrad went to the management and went, right, from now on, it's me and him, because we write the fucking songs. Well, Welcome to Hell was primarily all me, with the exception of a couple of things Conrad did on there. Conrad started contributing more on Black Metal. I mean, Bloodlust was his first fucking, I think, was it Bloodlust, the first thing that he actually, I remember the first song he came to rehearsal with, and we just went, yeah, that's good. But, you know, credit where credit's due. Conrad wrote in the sort as he went on, and you know, it's an evolutionary process. But like I say, credit where credit's due. He wrote some fucking great lyrics. He really did, you know. Nightmare, I think, is fucking great. Those the lyrics in there. I had the music, and then he came up with the lyrics for that. Manitou. The original riff was meant to be the track Possessed, because I had already written all the lyrics for Possessed, and I had that and that was going to be look at me, Satan's child, and then that changed to be in Manitou, and Conrad wrote the lyrics for Manitou, across infernal wastelands, many miles of sunburned hell. You know, it was fucking, lyrics were great, you know, really, really. He wrote some fucking really good lyrics, you know. But yeah, after Black Metal, then, you know, Abaddon was taken off the writing credits. It was like, you know, we went to the management and said, basically, this is not fucking fair. And you know what it is? When I was doing the rock school thing, I used to get asked every now and again. It wasn't on every single course that we did, but on a couple of courses, it was like, you know, talk to the kids about the industry, about, you know, like this, that, and the other, you know. And I mean, even some of the parents, you know, when I used to talk about, oh, what do you know, he really wants to be in a band. What do you think I should do? I was like, get him a fucking lawyer. It's like, what? He's only 12. Get him a fucking lawyer. And that's a sad. I've always said, music business, the music business. We all hear that. The music business. Those 2 words, music and business, should not be in the same fucking sentence.
Yeah.
Music, highly enjoyable, great. We all love it. The business side is shit.
So have you got the copyright then to Venom Inc? Then have you actually got everything set in stone?
Yeah, that's all fucking sorted. That, like, I mean, there's fuck all anybody can do about that, right? But you know, I mean, at the end of the day, the only reason really that he's going out there doing all that is because I said, yeah, okay, I don't care. And then, you know, he's I don't know how many fucking albums he's put out now as Venom. And I'm not really fucking bothered. I couldn't name you one song off one of the fucking, well, Metal Black. I can name you that one, but apart from that, I couldn't name you one because I get questioned about it. I get people say, "Oh, what do you think of what the music?" It's like, honestly, really, truthfully, honestly, I haven't heard it. I don't listen to it, and I don't search it out. The only time I ever see any footage of Venom is if people send me a link. Oh, fucking hell, check this out. It's like, I don't really want to, but I'll go and have a look at it a couple of seconds and go, yep, right, okay, oh, thanks for that, yeah. But, you know, the thing is, it's like, there's a Venom Inc, right? Whichever camp you're in, it's all good because it just means there's more fucking Venom for everybody.
But it's the legacy, innit? It's the legacy, innit?
Yeah, it's like, you know, I mean, oh, God, there's so much. There's a lot of stuff that I'm not saying, which I do say in the book.
Yeah.
Right? But, you know, I mean, it's just very, very strange that Venom Inc. are getting asked to do the 40th anniversary shows of black metal. We're the ones who are doing all that. And it's like, yeah, because, you know, nobody else can get a fucking act together to fucking do it and celebrate this. Yeah. It's like, and I'm not fucking going through all that bollocks again because fucking Blabbermouth will fucking pull it out. There's a good one. They'll get that one straight away, won't they? They'll fucking be, what did he say? What did he say? It's like, fucking hell, man, how egg is a break? It's like, right, I'm going to have a cup of tea. Oh, man, this is going to have a cup of tea. Fucking hell, what are we going to do with that? Fuck off.
I mean, when I watched you remember the Bad News, don't you, and the Young Ones and all that larky back in the day. Every time I watch Bad News, I always think of you guys. I think Vim looks like you would back in the day.
Oh, fucking everybody says that.
And then you've got Abaddon, which is Sparta on drums, and then you've got Conrad, which is fucking what's his name? Rick Mailey. Yeah, that's Rick Mailey. Just every time I see Bad News, I just think of you guys. It's Venom. I think because like they always say Spinal Tap's based on Saxon. I think Bad News is based on Venom.
Do you know what it is? The first time, I'll have to watch Bad News again because I think I've watched it once and I can't really remember it. It's so long ago. But Spinal Tap, watching that movie, you know, as a person who's been in a band, there was more than a few, oh, fucking hell, moments. You know, when you're watching it and you're going, oh, I remember that. You know, and we've all done it. Every band who's been out on tour has a Spinal Tap moment, you know. And don't ask me about mine because there's too fucking many of them and you'll need more than this fucking Zoom meeting. I mean, well, let's put it this way. I've got no sense of fucking direction whatsoever, right? Yeah. None at all. I'm fucking useless, right? Even you put me on a fucking sat-nav, I'll not even find my way there, right? And yes, I've gotten lost in venues before. Fucking plenty times. Excuse me, mate, where's the stage? Oh, you playing tonight? Yeah, well, I've got a load of fucking leather and studs on, I suppose, you know.
So we're going to move on then, Jeff, and I'm going to talk to you now about the Venom Inc album, Eva. I mean, that 2017, you had Tony Abaddon on drums, so that's pretty much nearly all of Venom. I mean, he did the album with you, didn't he? How successful was that album for you? Because you sound with Nuclear Blast for that album.
It was received really, really well, you know. But even the album, I mean, so many fucking problems with that. I mean, Abaddon doesn't appear on that album.
Really?
You know? Oh, fucking hell. You must be the only person in the world who didn't know that. No, that's the original program drums of the demos.
Wow.
Because, you know, without getting into it, you know, there's a full... Oh, hey, I tell you. I've still got the fucking drum takes. And unrecognisable as any of the songs. Unrecognisable.
Sounds bloody good, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it is now. It is. I mean, RV became a great fucking album, but honestly, truthfully, and I would like him to be on the same fucking call as we are on now, so he can fucking fire back. If we had put those drums on that he supplied me with, where we put him into a fucking studio to do them, you wouldn't have had the same album. It would have been fucking terrible. Wow. There's so many things I can tell you about that. So fucking many. Right down to the fact that, you know, I wrote all the music for that album. And even when I was writing it, I was writing the stuff with his drum fills and all that kind of stuff in mind. You know, I wasn't putting anything overcomplicated in it or whatever. I knew it had to be fucking stripped back. It had to be Venom. You know? It was fucking hell, man. Unbelievable. I mean, you know, it saddens and disappoints me to think that, you know, someone comes back on the scene after 17 years of doing nothing and goes from zero to hero again, which the early days of Venom, that was us. You know, the three of us, Kronos, Montes, and Abaddon. Zero to fucking hero. We did no slugging around, no fucking massive tours in the back of vans or anything. We didn't do that. We were fucking lucky. And we just went, boom. You know? World was ready for something different. We were it. There you go. Stars aligned. Bang. 3 knackers from Newcastle. We got the job. Wow. And the thing is, to have that again, it's like, you know, it's like the heavyweight boxing champion of the world, you know? He's done nothing for fucking years, and then he comes out of retirement. Somebody picks him out of retirement. Somebody, you know, he doesn't want to come out of retirement. Somebody picks him out of retirement. Somebody kicks him up the arse and says, however, you've got a shot at the title. So what does he do? He just fucking drinks and smokes and fucking parties, and that's blah, 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 blah. Gets in the ring on the fucking fight night and gets chinned, you know? And the thing is, when we did the American tour to support Arve, we called it the Bloodstained Earth Tour because there was a big track on Arve called Bloodstained. So it was called the Bloodstained Earth Tour. We arrived in Philadelphia. We had 2 days rehearsal, which was an absolute abortion. None of the songs have been learnt. Not by me, and not by Tony. And then on the night of the show, we were sitting on the tour bus. And we were looking out the tour bus window, and the promoter came onto the tour bus just to see if everything was okay. If we were, hey guys, how you doing? And I was like, yeah, it's all right. And we looked out the window and we said, fucking hell, we hope all those people are going to the show. And there's fucking loads of people standing outside the venue. And he said to us, those are the people who can't get in. He says, we've actually sold too many tickets. He says, it's oversold. We're like, holy shit. He says, no, don't worry about it, guys. We're going to open the big side doors so everybody can watch from the side. They'll be essentially in the street, but, you know, we're just going to take a chance, open the door so everybody's there. We're like, fucking hell, yeah. So oversold show, right, for our first show in support of Arve, the Bloodstained Earth Tour. Comes to the song Bloodstained, and we tried to start it twice, and he fucked it up twice, and then shouted at Tony, play something else.
Wow.
Now, if he wants to come on your show and defend himself about that, then great. Because this is the stuff that people never get to hear, you know, and I'm just fed up to the back teeth of, you know, it's like, oh, fucking hell, why is he not in the band anymore? That's why. Because, you know, to come back, do nothing for 17 years and then go back and play their first show at Keep It True in front of 2,000 people. Me and Tony had been around the fucking planet in the backs of vans and playing every fucking toilet we could as Empire. And we were starting to make some ground. And then this offer came along, and I said, no fucking no, you know? But we did it. It took off. And it was like, oh, right, okay. But then, same again. Again.
So what does Eva mean then, Eva? What is it? Is it
Ave?
Ave. What does it mean?
It just means hail. Hail.
Okay.
Ave Satanis. Ave Satanis. Hail Satan.
You know? All right, okay. I thought he was going to say ale drinking beer. Ale.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
There you go.
So did it sell well for you then, the album? I mean, Nuclear Blast, I mean, you obviously you've sound with these guys.
Yeah, it did well. It did, yeah. It did really well. I mean, obviously, you know, when you're doing an album, when we heard we got Nuclear Blast, it was like, holy shit. You know, I never expected that in a million years. Never. I never expected it, you know. And I mean, it was a massive effort between John Sazula, bless him, and Tony, you know. And, you know, then it was like backwards and forwards between, you know, and one of the songs that actually got the deal was a song that I had wrote a couple of years previous for Empire, which appears on Ave and was the first single from Ave, which was Dein Fleisch. And everybody was like, wow, that's fucking different, you know, but it was deliberate and held the sort of what the album was about back until, you know, everybody was then hit with Ave Satanis. And then when the album came out, you know, there's Metal We Bleed and Forged in Hell and all that kind of stuff's on there, you know. But yeah, like I say, you know, I worked so fucking hard on that album, and Tony worked so hard on the administration business side of it. And Tony had all the artwork done. You know, there was one point I was like, Tony, are you going to send me any fucking songs or what? What's happening, you know? He was like, no, what you're doing, mate, that's it. Just keep fucking going. I'm going to do the artwork side of it, but fucking just no, that. Because I was starting to question myself when I was writing. I wrote, oh, fucking hell. Well, there was 24 songs written between me and Tony for There's Only Black, for the new album. And I had wrote for Ave, and they were all in different stages of completion, but I had wrote about 25 songs for Ave. And, you know, like picking what I thought was the strongest songs out. And, you know, and then, like I say, when I got those drum files, I was like, what the fuck? And I mean, I was working with Calais, the guy I was telling you about, who was the tech for Scooter. But Calais he's an amazing studio engineer. He's an amazing production guy. And I've learned a lot from studio technique and stuff like that, you know. And the drum files were getting sent to me after every session, but also straight to Calais, because Calais was doing the editing in Germany, and then Calais was coming over here, and then we were going to finish it all off together. So me and Calais were going to be in the studio together. Tony was going to be there. And I remember it was after the first files were sent, and it was for Ave Satanis. And I listened to the room mics, because that's the first thing I listen to on a drum take. If I just get sent a drum take, is I listen to the room mics just to get a general stereo picture of what's going on. That's before I load in, you know, a separate snare. And you know, I just want to know what it's sounding like, you know. Can I recognize the song? And I couldn't recognize the song. And, you know, I had listened to this on the headphones, and then my laptop, Skype, whatever it plays, and it was Calais. So I went, oh, Calais. And Calais always says, hey, motherfucker. That's his first thing. That's the first thing he'll say to us, you know. Not this night. Hey, Calais, how are you doing? What the fuck is this? I went, oh, fucking hell. Oh, you got them, did you? What the fuck do I do with this? Put it in a fucking bin. Because, you know, he's pretty straightforward, you know. So we had to make a decision. We just had to make a decision, and none of it got any better. I had said to him, if you have any difficulties in the studio, just Skype me. There's a massive Skype screen in the studio. We can talk. We'll go through the song together. It was the same on the tour bus and on tour. It was like, look, we've got some horrendously long drives. So we go to Guitar Centre. We buy a practice pad. You've got your sticks. I'll fetch my guitar on. We'll just sit and jam. No, I can't do that. But he was sitting on fucking Facebook all day. And, this, but like I say, this is the thing that annoys me, because this is the thing which is not said. This is, nobody speaks about this. And, at the end of the day, everybody just says, like, oh, he left to have a baby and then, yeah, but he never contacted me or Tony after that either to say, okay, what's happening, guys? Are we going back on tour? Not a fucking thing. He never did. He never fucking contacted once. I mean, if he had contacted, I would have said, nah, this is not working. This is not fucking working.
Right.
We had a meeting at Chuck Billy's house halfway through a fucking tour where John and his wife Marsha were also there and talking about the standard of playing. I was like, this is fucking hell, man. You can't bring 1980s Venom into the 2000s anymore. It's not gonna fucking work.
Yeah.
Not on an international level where you're going up against Machine Heads and fucking Slayers and fucking, you've got to think who our fucking peers are. You think of Venom, you think, oh, Metallica, Slayer, Exodus, fucking, all those guys, and they're all fucking good bands, And I mean, I know we always had that chaotic, loose fucking, go for it, fucking, fuck you, all that kind of stuff. But be professional about it as well.
Yeah.
You can get on stage and create as much chaos as possible, as long as you finish the song at the same time, right, or you remember it. And that's what saddened me about the whole thing. I was so disappointed, fucking disappointed.
So Jeff, where did you meet War Machine? What band was he in before joining Venom Inc?
He was our sound man.
All right.
He was on tour with us. And like I say, after that meeting at Chuck Billy's house, Chuck Billy had said to us, you do realise that Jeremy's a drummer and a damn good drummer. And we were like, nope, didn't know that. So gave him the album. And then we had a rehearsal with him. And he learnt the album in his fucking bunk on the bus. Wow. And then we just went to this place one day because we knew something was going to happen. We were thinking, what the fuck happens if he just goes, I'm not, right, okay, fuck this, I'm not doing this, I just want to go home. What do we do?
Yeah.
So Jeremy got a copy of RV and says, could you learn some of that? And we went to rehearsal, he played the whole fucking album. He learned it in his bunk, and we fucking just went to a rehearsal room. There was a fucking shitty hi-hat kit. There was a little Marshall amp and a little bass amp. We says, what do you want to run through? He went, well, try this. Boom, straight through. And some of that, boom, straight through. Boom, straight through. Like, fucking hellfire. Wow.
So, I'm going to talk to you now about the new album that's coming out. There's Only Black. Right. Why did you decide to get rid of the Venom Inc logo and just have a basic Venom Inc logo? What was the reason for that?
It's just, you know what it is? The Venom Inc logo does appear on the album. It's on the inside. But Tony had sent me the initial idea for the artwork. And even he had said, the fucking logo's not working anywhere on here. Which will put it all over the place. I sent files back in Photoshop. He sent me a Photoshop file of what he had done. So I was like adjusting that. So I was like, fuck yeah, no. And then all of a sudden it was completely streamlined and boom, boom, boom. And that was it. I was like, I love it. I love it like that, And the thing is, it wasn't even supposed to be called There's Only Black. There was another one of the other songs was going to be the title. In fact, there was another title thrown around, which I think it was attached to another song. That song didn't make the album, but then there was another song And then I sent Tony There's Only Black. I wrote that because it's basically about my experience, what happened 4 years ago. And Tony went, that's it. That's the album. And I went, what? He went, There's Only Black.
So what was the other title then? What was it?
Not telling you.
I mean, it's a very, very basic sort of like. I'm looking at the album cover now. It looks like an eye or a porthole or something.
It's black hole.
Spiritual. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever you get from it, basically. Because there's a lot of people says, what is it? Is it energy? It looks like energy. Like you say, a portal. What is it? Is it a black hole? You know? And when you go in it, according to the scientists, there's only black.
Yeah.
And the song itself speaks about what happened to me with my death experience. And that's what happened. There's only black. So there was nothing.
So where was this album recorded and how long did it take to record, Jeff?
It was recorded between Portugal, London, and Florida.
Right.
We all had to do it remotely. What happened was basically the last show that we did was August 11th, Wacken, 2019. Now, for a long time, Tony had been needing a hip replacement. He was in a bad way with his hip. So we basically decided to take the rest of the year to write, and like Tony would have his operation and he could recuperate and blah, blah, blah. And then February 2020 was going to be the start of the shows again. First show in February 2020, ironically, was fucking Beijing. And we all know what happened in China in 2020.
Yeah,
so it was like, right, we're not fucking going there. And then, so all that we had like an Asian tour planned, so everything fell down. So we were like, right, well, the next shows are in Europe. Everything should be fine. Where was the first show? Milan, fucking Italy. What was the first European country that got hit? Fucking Italy. There you go. So that was it. So we started just recording, and I just fucking did what I normally do. I just come into here. This is my studio, locked the door, and just played, and just wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote, and then just sent the songs to Tony and Jeremy, and then Tony started sending songs over to me. It ended up with 24 songs, and then I sent a list to the guys, to Tony and Jeremy, and said, well, this is what I think the strongest 12 are. And they both went, yep, agree with that. Okay, so that's the 12 we concentrated on. Now, for Ave, Tony came over here to do bass and vocals. And we finished off together any lyrics that we had to do that needed finishing off. Me and Tony finished them together. But every time we tried to plan to get Tony over here, another outbreak, another strain of COVID. It was like, it's just not going to fucking happen, you know? So Tony recorded his bass in London. He recorded his vocals in London, sent me the files, and Jeremy did the same in Tampa.
So how do you see this album as a progression then? Because we've only got like 5 minutes left again.
Right.
So how do you see this album as a progression?
No, I think it's a good progression. And the thing is, I think it's a bit more, it's themed more on human darkness than ghoulies and demons and devils, which basically fucking don't exist anyway. And man is much more of a fucking evil motherfucker than anything you can think of, you know? I mean, I've said this a million times, we can do the most benevolent good. We can be amazing people. We can help. We can love. We can do this, but we can also be the most despicable pieces of shit. You know. So man is the god, and man is the demon. You know.
Right.
So, and that's it. You know, everything you see on the news now, it's man's doing. You know, it's not down to some fucker with a halo on wings or fucking a little forky tail and fucking horns. It's like, bullshit. The human animal is it can be the most vile thing, you know. So that's what we speak about on the album, is human darkness.
So I'm looking forward to hearing this album, Jeff. So I hope it's going to be a great album for you, and I wish you all the success with it. And hopefully I'll see you at Bloodstock. Be great to,
Aye,
you know,
yeah.
if you can sort us out with a pass so we can have a beer, it'd be awesome.
Aye, I'll send you a contact detail so you can get in touch when I'm down there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where the heck, because once you get to these places we're on in the afternoon, so it can be pretty hectic, but no, we'll do our best.
All right, then, Jeff, I'd like to thank you for doing this interview. Do you have anything to say to the people watching this?
Oh, fucking hell. What I always say, the fans, you are the most important part of the music industry. It's not me. It's not him asking the questions. It's not the record companies. It's the fans who drive this industry. It's the fans who pay their hard-earned cash to go and see concerts, to buy the fucking CDs, fucking whatever you do. So all I can say is thank you, because without you, I don't exist.